Okay, time for the warm-up. All right, you've done the 2-minute jog or 2 minutes on the bike, and then you can just follow along with the videos for all of these drills that might be brand new to you. I'm also taking separate videos of each drill if you just want to click to find the specific exercise. Okay, so this is our first 90-90 hip lift sequence. Okay, we're really just practicing getting some core engagement, okay, while we work on getting you ready for the fundamental squat pattern. All right, so it starts nice and easy. Start just on your back. Okay, I've got a yoga block and I'm just using a balance pad, but you could use anything just under your head. Okay, a pillow, used a textbook, okay, whatever it is, just right under your head. Okay, so I'm squeezing the yoga block between my legs. My feet are shoulder width apart on the floor and they're tucked up close to my bum, and my toes are pointed straight ahead. Okay? I put my hands on my chest just to feel my rib cage. All right, all I'm doing is forcefully exhaling all of the air out, all the air out as hard as I can. Ideally, it'd be like a 10-second forced exhale. Okay, with that exhale, you get a lot of deep core muscle engagement. So that's what we're practicing, some like diaphragm breathing. Okay, after you've done the exhale, all you're doing is tucking your hips a little bit off the floor, right? You can see when I come down, my hips, my butt was off the floor just a little bit. Okay, you're going to do that. Take 6 big deep breaths before you move on to this next variation. Okay, this is the actual 90-90 hip lift. It's called the 90-90 because I want my hips at 90 degrees and my knees at 90 degrees, my feet up on the wall, the yoga block squeezed between my legs. Again, a forceful exhale to get that core engagement. Then I tuck my hips just a little bit. I'm just pulling them up off the floor just so I could slide a piece of paper underneath. Okay, driving my chin, my shoulders back into the floor, and then taking big deep breaths in through the nose. That's important, okay? And forcefully out. I'm forcefully breathing out through my mouth. Again, trying for a big 10-second exhale. All right, for your 6 reps. It's not a lot of motion, it's just really about practicing being stiff, okay, in that position and getting a lot of engagement from the belly muscles with that breathing. Okay, big deep breaths, it's important. The last step is just reaching up nice and high. Everything else stays the same. I do the forceful exhale. Okay, I tuck my hips off the floor. Okay, belly's tight. Big deep breaths while reaching up to the sky as high as I can. I like to imagine there's like a block between my hands and I'm squeezing in on that block while reaching up as high as I can. Taking my 6 big deep breaths. Forced exhale. Okay, it's like I'm practicing my squat pattern, but from the side or on my back. Okay, good work. This warm-up drill is the side lying clams. Okay, it's to still get you ready for your squatting, for jumping, okay, and really emphasizing your hip external rotator muscles. All right, so you need a mini band for this. Okay, you're putting it above your knees. I'm going to use a yoga block just as a pillow for my head. Don't necessarily need one. You can just rest on your arm. Okay, you're going to get set up similar to the 90-90 hip lift, but now on your side. So we want a nice flat back. Okay, you want your hips at 90 degrees, your knees at 90 degrees. Your bottom foot's just going to be 6 inches off the floor. For me, it's easy. I just put it above the baseboard. Okay, and then your top leg is going to be another foot above that. All right, you're going to get your belly nice and tight with a forceful exhale, just like we were practicing before. Okay, and then you're just going to squeeze up against the band, making sure that your feet stay gripped into the wall, especially on that top leg. Okay, really gripping in with your big toe, your little toe, and your heel, so you're strong through the arch of your foot. Your belly's tight because of that forceful exhale. Then you're squeezing up against the band and holding. Okay, I like to reach my top arm out just to make sure I'm getting a little bit of extra engagement and pressing into the floor. But it's more about that big deep breaths while squeezing up on the band for 3 seconds. Next, we're getting into our shoulder preparation, okay? So we're going to be doing some scapular retractions and protractions, okay? And then just a plank hold in a modified position, okay? So we're getting on all fours. I like the yoga block between my knees just because we've been practicing that with the 90-90 hip lift, so that's my initial setup. I take that forceful exhale. Yeah, my feet are shoulder width apart. okay? Trying to see my knees and my hips still at about 90 degrees, just like when we were on our backs with our feet up against the wall. Okay, my elbows are staying locked out, and then I'm just going to practice sliding my shoulder blades. Okay, I'm just trying to squeeze them behind my back, make them touch, and then spread them as far apart as I can without any motion in my lower back. Okay, that's important. I'm trying to teach the shoulders to move separately from the lower back, which a lot of people have a hard time with. The tendency is for the back to arch. Okay, after you get comfortable with that and you've done your reps, you're trying for the same thing, but now with your knees elevated. Okay, you can't see the yoga block here, but I am still squeezing it between my legs, right? Hips are at 90, knees are at 90, my belly's nice and tight, elbows are locked out, sliding the shoulder blades back and forth. They pinch behind my back and they spread as far as they can. Okay, we want great control over our shoulders. Then the last one is just the plank hold, okay, but we're doing it from this quadruped position. Okay, so the same position we were in before, but now spreading your shoulder blades as far apart as you can and holding for 30 seconds. Okay, no arching in the back, right? Spreading the shoulder blades apart. Okay, I like to imagine I'm pressing into the floor and actively squeezing my hands together to get some chest engagement. Okay, then we're going to try to tie everything together that we've been working on. Okay, this is called the bottom-up squat. We're going to really practice that core engagement, okay, the external hip rotation while reaching forward with the shoulders, okay. So you need a dumbbell or a kettlebell or some kind of weight out in front of you, okay. You're going to step in, feet shoulder width apart. We're still going to practice toes ahead for now. Okay, get your belly tight, that forceful exhale. That's why I'm poking my belly there to make sure I've got some engagement. Then I'm squatting down. Okay, from that position, I'm not actually lifting the weight. Okay, I am just creating tension. Okay, so I'm going to imagine that the weight weighs, 1,000,000 pounds and I can't possibly lift it out. Okay, but from that bottom position, I'm going to actively squeeze my knees out, right? Practicing that same position that we were working on with the side lying clams when we had the red band around our knees. You're actively rotating out at the hip, okay? Okay, it's also really important that I keep a really flat back. That's why we're practicing that core engagement, right? We're going chest up high in the position, not letting my back round as I squat down, okay? Very important. Show you the same thing just from in front, right? My kettlebell between my legs. Not sure why I set up with it off center. I'll fix that. Okay, get my belly tight with that forceful exhale. My feet are shoulder width apart. Okay, I'm pulling down, pulling myself down into the weight. Okay, trying to get my knees to shoot out as far over my toes as I can without my heels coming up off the floor, and squeezing out, imagining I have that red band around my knees that's trying to pull my knees together. I actively just press out as hard as I can. Hold at the bottom, okay, for 5 seconds, then just let go, come back up, get my core set, do it again. Right, just practicing being really strong in the bottom position of the squat. Good work, that's it. Okay, you're done with the warm-up. Hopefully that took about 15 minutes and you're ready to move on to your selected workout. Okay, go check that out.